This is Bob K again. I have with me Paul from Native Custom Baggers. Baggers are a big deal these days. They're comfortable to ride, prevent a great canvas to do a custom work on, really up and down the streets here on Lozelle. You've been looking around at all. There's a lot going on with baggers these days. You know, Paul, I'm sure you're going to tell us a little bit about what you're going on. I always appreciate the black and chrome look. It's timeless, it's classic, and you don't kind of get confused with the fancy paint, you know, the meat of the product here. But you know, I like the big wide tires in the front. I got a bobber I built a couple years ago. I put a 160 on the front, but when I was walking around the front of this, looked like you had something even bigger. Can you tell us what you got going on there?
Yeah, on this particular build, I put a 180 front tire on it, and that was because I wanted a bagger that rode really good. And the current trend in the industry is going really tall diameter tires, and you know, they handle okay, but they ride kind of rough. So I wanted a bagger that would ride super smooth and be good for long distance touring.
Well, that's and it really has a nice look. And you know, again, that's what customization is all about, is stepping out of the process or the formula a little bit that you see everything else, trying to go out of the box, great, and make it your own and kind of lead the next trend. So fantastic job there. You still got that low, clean look. What else we got? We got some kind of audio system going on here. The bars are a little different. You know, again, you see everybody running the 10, 12-inch apes on their baggers. You're down low. Tell us a little bit about the whole theme of this Road Glide.
Well, going from front to back here, obviously you got the 180 front tire, we widened the front fender out, and running that short diameter 18-inch tire allowed me to have the whole front of the motorcycle down low. And that's what I usually build, is a long and low motorcycle. And we incorporated our front air ride system along with rear air ride. So right now it's parked, slammed down to the ground, but it'll go up about 3 inches to ride it. And I lowered the fairing down on the frame as well. And going back, it's got our stretch tank covers, which are just fiberglass covers you epoxy right over your stock tank and stretch it. So it's so simple to stretch a tank now. And going back, you got the flared side covers, got the new deep bags that with the big scallop on the side that are of course full depth, so you can get more storage in there. And we did run a semi-high-powered sound system. You know, it's not overkill because I didn't want to lose any bag space. So the amp is still up in the fairing. It just has about 8-inch speakers in the top of the bag, so you don't lose too much saddlebag space. It's got our steel rear fender on the back with a hidden plate, and incorporated filler panels and big LED lights so you can be seen from behind, you know, because the baggers I build, I want them to be able to be ridden long distance, be safe. That's why with my air ride systems, you won't ever see one of my baggers sitting on the ground laying frame, because if you should lose air, which none of my customers ever have, you don't want it to be grinding down the road on your frame and going in the ditch, you know?
Well, you know, I think you've said it, really said it all. That's what the whole bagger scene is all about. The fact that, you know, you can take a bike that you can ride to Sturgis from anywhere in the country, enjoy it, and look cool at the same time. I think that's what's really fueled it. You know, and a lot of people can't afford a couple bikes, so now you have the best of all worlds in one bike, a nice custom bike, and you've really, you know, been true to that concept. Something you can ride that looks great. I know you've been doing this a while. Are there any other trends or anything new you see going on with this bagger scene you can share with us?
Well, I'm hoping to start the new trend with this fat front tire. And obviously the trend you see going on is really flashy, big wheel bikes that I feel, you know, for the most part, don't get ridden long distance. I do have a customer that rides 1,000 miles a day, iron butt rider, so he proves me wrong, proves a lot of people wrong. But the bikes that I'm going to focus on building from right in the immediate future are going to be the Road Glides with the fat front tires, and I'm really going to try to make a statement with them.
Well, it's a wonderful look, you know, and now I understand how you got there. The fact that running the smaller diameter wheel, dropping the fairing down, all those kind of add to that. And when you go down low like that, even though it's in the same dimension frame, it gives it a longer look too. So really, I think you've really accomplished your concept. You know, Sturgis is the big place. You know, it's the meeting of the tribes and all that. A lot going on here. The Harley Riding Show has always been a staple for me, Daytona and Sturgis and everything. So what do you think of this year's Harley Riding Show?
Looks like a good turnout. Looking forward to checking out all the bikes. I just got here a minute ago, so in a minute I'll be walking around looking at all the good entries and just looking around.
Well, I'm glad you came by because I think you've really added to the show. I know Harley Davidson, they like this ride-in shows because they like to have their designers and people walk around and see the trends that come from the industry. I know the riders and enthusiasts really enjoy seeing the different adaptations and versions, like you said, especially the baggers. So I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got a booth out here, you've been running all around doing stuff. It really helps. I think you've added a new element to the show, so thank you very much and appreciate you being part of the Harley Davidson Ride-In Show.
Yeah, you're welcome, Bob. Thanks for having me up here.